unfortunately you have to cross the A9, make a sprint for it. Wee bit of information there about the stalking. Hiya, how you getting on? Today's Sunday, second week in September, and I'm doing it at a place called Calvine, just off the A9, and we're heading for, there's a munro way up the back there at the called Beinn-Dearg and Beinn-Bhreac, which is a corbett a wee bit ahead of it. Anyway, it's a beautiful day and we've got a long cycle in. I've decided to bring the bike, and the last time I came this way it was a well worn path. I don't know what this one's like, but it's fantastic scenery just now. There's Beinn-Dearg dead ahead now. A fair wee jaunt to go yet. It looks like we're going to give all that height back now in a straight descent to catch the river. Beinn-Dearg in the distance there, and the river all the way up, and the lodge is round the corner, and we're heading for the spur that comes off Beinn-Dearg. One of the dams up the glen here, bone dry ahead, and all the way back to the track that we're on. And after a decent cycle in, I come to Bruar-Lodge there. Target practice there, wee dummy stag. We've passed Bruar-Lodge there, and we're walking along the track to get to the next bridge, which will allow us to cross the river and get up onto the glen there and follow the track, or the stalker's path. We turn up and head up the glen to catch the stalker's path. We've gained some height now. There's the shoulder of Beinn-Dearg there, the other top on Beinn-Dearg, and our Beinn-Bhreac is away round behind that ridge there. So many waterfalls here up this ravine, very picturesque. Nice picture there with the waterfall and Beinn-Dearg summit up there. So we've just come over a real peat hag there, pretty hard going, and that's us just about at the end of Beinn-Dearg, and there's Beinn-Bhreac coming into view now, away in the distance there. Over to Beinn-Bhreac there, and it looks like a continuation of the peat hag. This is a very remote hill. After what seems a long time negotiating pathless terrain, we're now at the base of Beinn-Bhreac and we can start the climb up to the summit. few years of hard work, here we are, Beinn-Bhreac, a very remote corbett. And a significant corbett for me today on this round of the corbetts. This is number 100. That's Carnanealer and Sagorsh, down to Glenfeshie there. That's Beinn-Dearg there. Through in the clouds is Beinn-Dearg. That's where we're heading to next. It's a long walk back out either way. Windy up the top here, so not going to hang about. The drone's not lighting up there either. It's a cold wind too, so I think I'll drop down as quickly as possible and collect a rucksack and then get over to Beinn-Dearg. Not much to see up here, but in goes 100 as they say, yeah? There's a wee glimpse down the route ahead. As you can see, all the peat hag. We're aiming for that little tiny pond or locan or tarn, whatever you want to call it. Then we'll be turning sharp left and heading up onto the mound there. Keep forgetting to stop to put some fuel back in. Anyway, nice place for lunch, eh? Not met a soul all day. I'd say this is even more remote than the Fisher Fields. Albeit that you're only about an hour and 2 hours down to the Bruar-Lodge. I just haven't met a person. There's no paths. Extremely remote. This will be one hell of a wilderness in the winter. Anyway, I've got nice wholemeal rolls today. Ayrshire ham, Galloway cheese, and nice vine red and vine ripened tomatoes. A wee bit of mayonnaise and some Scottish butter. No the lard pack obviously, because I know that affluent I can afford the £7 a tub. Anyway, this is lovely. Might not be as picturesque as the Fisher Fields and other remote areas of Scotland, but it has its own beauty here. Imagine when the purple heather's sticking out there in the evening sun and the golden hours there. You get some beautiful colours. Or even when you come back in the winter, totally different landscape. Gaining some height now, getting into the cloud area. We're just heading for the summit of the Beinn-Dearg now. The wind's picked up, it's very strong and cold now. Dead ahead is our summit area. I've got an intermediate top of 970 to go over first. see the summit coming into view now with all the rocks around it and the trig point visible. Well, that's us on the summit of Beinn-Dearg, and as you can see, there's not a lot to see. Still, it's nice to be out, escaping all the madness and sadness that we're all suffering just now, with the Queen passing away. Anyway, kind of puts things into perspective when people move on from this world, especially family, your own family. Anyway, that's a bit morbid. On a cheerier note, let's get off of this hill and get down the road. Get a couple of pints. This isn't great to be sitting about in, and I'm going to go back a different way. I'm going to head off the spur, down the ridge, and then behind the lodge. We are not alone. 2 joggers. Let's just get off the hill now. Going to go down to the little bump at 931 metres. Not alone. So that's the wee top at 931 metres there. I'm going to take a bearing here as we leave, and we're heading down in that direction there to catch the spur that will take us down to the house of the Bruar-Lodge. So there's our dam, the new dam, hydro dam. And there's Bruar-Lodge, and our bike is just at the junction there, and as you can see, the wind is bringing the clouds in that direction, so a wee bit of a descent yet. Descended that banking there and crossed the river, the wee stream, and now we've just got to find a way to get to that path there, that track. Just through these wee woods will take us to the path, keep away from the lodge. So if you look behind the lodge there's a track goes up to the right. That's a stalker's path, and it meanders further up there. You could possibly take that up to the Munro and go the 931 point and then onto the summit. Absolutely goosed after pushing it up that hill there. Wow, we look back the way. The rain's coming on now, so just try and batter on with this last section. Should be all downhill. Get into the car before the big stuff comes. That's back in the car safe and sound. Well, I hope you enjoyed that wee journey there with me up those 2 hills. Very remote, eh? No place you'd want to get into distress. Still, the weather wasn't the best, but you have to make do with what you've got. And it says putting the electricity on in the house, eh? Anyway, you can feel the temperature changing now, so might be time to introduce a few more things into the rucksack to keep us warm. I'll catch up with you the next time. Take care, look out for each other. ATB.